We are live on the Gnarly Dude Show.
We are live.
Ah,
Live and in person.
that's right. If you are not watching the Gnarly Dudes and listening to them, what are you doing with your life?
Wasting it away.
You are wasting it away. That's right. You are wasting it away. So if
Today's
your
First
friends
Friday.
are not listening, go call them right now and tell them to listen. Save your friends from eternal damnation.
Save your friends from permanent hearing loss.
Permanent hearing loss. That's right.
It's First Friday again.
It is First Friday.
Oh, top of the hour coming up.
Twix.
You know, Vern. Len did it again. He moved your slider down.
Are you surprised by that?
No.
I would say you should no longer be surprised by that.
I keep saying I'm going to put a note on there.
Put a big note. Do not touch.
Do not touch or else.
The wrath of Mike. So go save your friends. Call them. Text them. Message them. Tell them to listen to the Gnarly Dudes.
Or else.
It's the only thing they should be doing.
And it's P. Worrell signing off. You got to stay cool when you're a chopper pilot.
That's right. Melissa,
it's a ghost. It's a ghost. Melissa is tuning in.
For a bit. For a bit.
Did you give the kids a sedative?
We're here for 2 hours, not for a bit.
What?
Hey, Chris shows up. She is saved from eternal damnation.
Hi, Chris. Twix. Good luck, Tim. And to the rest of you, since you're all counting on us. It's the big game weekend coming up.
Yay!
Can we name the name of the big game?
I think technically not.
Really? Why is that?
Copyright.
Copyright.
The NFL is very protective about that name. I think we can, as long as we're not trying to advertise something like the Gnarly Dude Show.
Yeah.
We could say the name, but if you're using it in a commercial purposes, you cannot say the name.
Well, what if I say the first word and you say the second word?
I think that would still be kind of a no-no.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be watching the big game. I'm going to be watching the big game.
Oh yeah,
and
go Chiefs!
You're rooting for the Chiefs. I'm rooting for the Buccaneers.
That cheater Brady.
Are you sure you don't want to go double or nothing?
I'm still waiting for my single.
You know, I realized that the stamp is worth more than the actual amount of the wager.
Well, so you should have wagered more than the stamp. Should have wagered 75 cents.
Can I wager a stamp?
No.
All right, so in years past, and maybe even years current, do you have any Super Bowl traditions?
Usually not so much traditions, but what we usually have for Super Bowl Sunday during the game is we have Little Smokies, meatballs, chips and dip, chips and queso. Yeah. And we pretty much just graze most of the game.
Yeah, okay. Do you try to stick it out for the commercials? Instead of going to the bathroom when the commercials come on? Do you try to watch them?
In years past, I would go during the actual broadcast of the game, but now the commercials really haven't been that good the last few years. So I just go now when I need to go.
Well, I used to have a tradition of making a big pot of chili
Yeah.
for the big game. And one time I invited, this is when I lived in St. Louis, I invited my friend Russell over. And what does Russell do? But he brings his mother.
Wow.
Worst Super Bowl party ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst Super Bowl party ever. You know, I'm like, dude.
Why are you bringing mom?
I have no idea. I have no idea. And so, being the bachelor that I am, at the time, I didn't have a real couch. I had one of those fold out futon like
Yeah.
couches, like
Yeah.
pillow couches. So, like, you know, here's his mother trying to, you know, be comfortable sitting on my
Well,
couch.
did you like immediately clean up real quick when you saw her?
No, I mean the place was you know acceptable for visitors, but I'm just like, you know, why did you do this? And so yeah, it wasn't a pleasant way to watch the game.
Well, no, I guess not. Not with somebody's mom there.
No, and then I remember another party. I almost said it. I went to a big game party once again when I was living in St. Louis. It was somebody that I knew from my volleyball team who lived in the complex. He had a party and they had a pool, you know. So I won the pool at halftime, and somebody got mad that I counted the money. And the host said something to me about it. I'm like, dude, I was counting the money because I wanted to know if there was enough there for me to offer to buy pizzas for everybody, which I did. I said, hey, let's buy some pizzas, and nobody took me up on my offer. So there you go. They could kiss my ass. So
So you
yeah,
didn't learn anything from the song "The Gambler." You don't count your money while you're sitting at the table.
no, I was sitting on the couch.
Well, still, it's the same principle. You need to go back and listen to Kenny Rogers' song, okay?
You know, I wanted to make sure that I could cover my generosity. I wanted to give everything back,
Yeah, that's what you
and
say.
I did really, yeah. So
Yes, I can see where that could be insulting. I can see that.
it's just a bunch of dollar bills. So maybe the person who complained was a stripper, and they were offended by seeing all those dollar bills.
Well, was it a female or a male that complained?
It was a female.
Could be then. How?
Well, anyway, I want to start out tonight's show with a song that's very fitting for this weekend's festivities. So I'm sure you're going to love this one. It is none other than the Chicago Bears and the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Oh gosh. Oh, how? Why are you going to ruin a good show? We started off good, and now you're going to ruin it with this one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. We are the Bears shuffling crew.
oh, geez,
You
turn
know,
it off.
this is a really bad song.
Yes, it is. That's why I'm saying, why are you ruining the show?
Well, I'm getting it started so we can playing it first so that we can make up for it as time goes on. And then by the end of the show, people will forget that I have played the song. But when the Bears won the Super Bowl in
The
1986,
Bears.
my one of my friends in college, who later became my roommate, he lived in the room next to me. He had the 45, and he was a Bears fan. And when they won the game, he just cranked that up on his stereo, and he just kept playing it and playing it.
Oh, I would have broken that stereo. or taking the 45 and just broke it.
That was such an exciting year. The team was just so amazing, the defense. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in a request to Big Lynn to play the Super Bowl Shuffle, and I'll put it in his playlist. I asked if he was going to play it on Sunday, and he made some comment about me playing it, so I had to play it then.
Okay, so now he has to play it.
Well, now he has to play it because it'll be an official request. And you know how Big Len feels about requests.
So you're gonna have to phone it in. You can't just email it in.
I have to phone it in?
Yeah.
Why?
Phone it in right at the top of the show, and I'll call in right after you.
No, you email him, and I'll email him. We'll get Chris and Melissa to email him. Play the Super Bowl Shuffle. So it's an R&B type song.
Yeah, but I think it'd be better just to have him have to answer the phone to hear it.
Yeah, but only the caller would be able to hear his response. So
well, nobody's going to hear his response if you email it.
Well, maybe we should just leave the camera on. Maybe we should just leave this session connected and leave the camera on. But, has any other football team made a song like this in a video, a music video?
Not that I'm aware of.
I couldn't find any. So if there were other songs such as this, then I would have included them in the playlist for the big game. The playlist leading up to the big game.
The big game. I'm so glad I didn't turn on the tune-in app to hear this.
Well, see, the good news is that I discovered that I can get my laptop to work to get songs for our playlist now. So,
you mean hook it up to the control board?
No, I can do what we talked about that I couldn't do on my desktop.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And that's what I was doing today as I was eating my dinner, trying to make sure I wasn't late getting here today.
Well, then I'll send you a bunch of songs.
Looking at the fridge.
Oh, I'm so glad I can't hear it. So glad.
I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl Shuffle. Ooh, I said it. Sorry.
Well, you can say it's part of the song.
Kind of has a what's his name? That song Rocket.
Herbie Hancock.
Herbie Hancock, yeah. We are the best shuffling crew. So they did the song for charity, raise money for charity.
If I was the charity, I would reject that money. I wouldn't want to be associated with such a poor song.
Hey, money's money, Oh, you got to be listening now. We've got Jesse's Squirrel.
Well, you should have explained it before you played it.
There's no time to explain.
We've got an hour and 45 minutes left. There's plenty of time to explain.
But we have all of the other songs.
Like we ever get through a full
are,
playlist.
are related, except for the Clash
And Alice Cooper.
and Alice Cooper. Yeah.
So is your dateable or undateable a squirrel?
Could be.
Could be.
I took some pictures of a squirrel in my yard once, and I referred to it as my squirrel friend. In his arms, late at night. I wish that I had Jesse's squirrel. I wish I had Jesse's squirrel. Why can't I find a woman like that?
You mean a squirrel like that?
Where can I find a rodent like that?
A rat, a tree rat like that?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man.
Dun, 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 dun,
You
dun.
got too much paper there, sir.
This is this is the stuff that's going to be going into the Hall of Fame archives. All the notes from shows past. I'm afraid to throw them away.
Why?
Because they may be of historical importance.
They may be. When the Broadcasting Hall of Fame calls, you can turn them over.
"25 seconds."
They'll put the award right next to the award for the Bob and Tom show. Bobby Bone.
Jesse's squirrel. I wish that I had Jesse's squirrel. Twix. Jesse's squirrel. Hey, that could have been a gnarly mix. We haven't done a gnarly mix in a long time.
No, we haven't.
That was Rick Springfield, Jesse's squirrel.
Girl.
There was a meme that I shared on our Facebook page that said, take a song with the word girl in the title and change girl to squirrel. So what we've done with most of the songs on tonight's playlist is choose songs with the word girl, and there may be some gnarly mixes thrown in, and you should sing along and replace the word girl with squirrel.
That's right. When you're singing in the car or the shower or wherever you are, just substitute girl for squirrel.
Yeah. So that was just a warm up, and you haven't been warned. So now you've been warned. All the rules have been explained, and we're ready.
Why it's even more important that you get all your friends together and have them tune in.
And
let's make it a movie.
Go to our Facebook page and see the behind the scenes antics of the gnarly dudes.
That's right. All the behind the scenes antics. Basically, Mike playing his ukulele.
Well, you could play your cowbell.
I could. I just may break it out.
I hope so. All right, so I had a crazy.
I broke it out. You wanted it.
Are you going to allow me to tell my story?
No, you asked for the cowbell.
I have a story and a dedication to follow. So I had a pretty crazy 24 hours. I was downtown last night taking some photos for my project. And are you going to interrupt me again?
I'm giving what the audience is asking for.
Melissa, stop asking him for more cowbell while I'm talking.
Maybe she doesn't want to hear your story.
She knows the story.
Oh,
So it's downtown taking some pictures after dark, and I left the most expensive lens in my kit on the street. And I didn't realize this until 3 hours later. And in a panic, I drove back downtown thinking, it was really cold and windy last night. And I thought, maybe there weren't too many people out and about and it might still be there. So I didn't find it. I ran into actually a parking meter guy and asked him, and he hadn't seen it. So I was feeling really bad. I had a really awesome day up until that point, and such like the happenings of the past year, every time something good would happen, something really bad would happen, and it would just cancel everything out or make it worse. So I even, when I got home, I made some phone calls. I called the local shelters. I called the Mining Exchange Hotel there, where I was out by near them, and then I filed a police report. I posted some messages on Facebook, and somebody suggested filing a police report. And then if somebody tries to sell it at a pawn shop and there's a police report, then the pawn shop will check the serial number and notify me. So this morning when I get up, I'm like, this could be a crappy day. And I called one of the pawn shops, and the person there explained to me that there's some other places where people go because they know the deal with the serial numbers and if there's a police report, so they may try to sell it on Craigslist or Facebook marketplace or what have you. So she told me to check there. She also said there's a lost and found on Facebook. So just about every community has a lost and found. So I got on the one for Colorado Springs, and I posted my message. And then just a little while later, there was a message from somebody who said, if you were on the corner of Nevada and Pikes Peak last night about 6 o'clock and you left something behind, message me and tell me what it was, and I will give it back to you. So it was my lens. And I met with the woman today, this afternoon, who found it. And her name is Brandy, and she was super nice. And
is she a fine girl?
I'm sure she hates that song. So I didn't want to go there.
Oh, sure. You would go on there any other time.
No, because this person, I'm not going to do it to her because she, was so kind to me. So I'm not gonna do anything unkind to her today.
That's not being unkind. You're just saying she's a fine girl.
But not if she hates the song. I'm assuming she hates the song because people like you probably say that every time they hear her name. So anyway.
Hey, as Melissa says, she's a fine squirrel.
Squirrel. Yes, she is a fine squirrel. And so I told her that I would make a dedication tonight. And we were talking for a while, and we both kind of felt like perhaps this was some crazy thing that the universe put in front of us, that for some reason her and I were supposed to meet.
A love connection.
I'm thinking that it's to write a script for a rom-com, because this has all of the makings of an interesting rom-com story. I leave my lens in the dark on the street downtown. She picks it up. We end up, meeting because she's kind enough to give it back, and she's.
I thought you were gonna say you ended up in bed.
No, why are you just be nice, Tim. So I think
you said it's a rom-com, so doesn't that what happens?
I'm not saying that she is playing that part in the movie. I'm saying that she is writing the script with me. So,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like I've had other incidences similar to this one. Like one time I went to a singles group event in Denver, and I parked in front of the club, and I had to get something. I think I was paying for the meter. I paid for the meter, and some woman was walking towards me, and as soon as she got to me, her flip flop broke, and I just happened to have a roll of duct tape in my truck, and I fixed her flip flop. So there's a story to start off a rom com. Boy meets girl because of broken flip flop. You know, there's also the story of Penny on the pier when I met Penny in Toronto because I didn't know she was trying to take a picture and I was trying to find a Chinese restaurant and I was standing right in front of her while she was trying to take a picture. So now her and I are friends. That's my friend in Edmonton, which reminds me, she owes us a picture of the Doug and Bob statue in Edmonton. So anyway, long story short, I feel a lot better now that I have my very expensive lens back, and I don't feel like as big of an idiot as I did last night because it was a bonehead move on my part. So big thank you goes out to Brandy. And the next two songs are for her from Madonna. Who's That Squirrel? And Material Squirrel on the Gnarly Dude Show. All right. So, boy, did I feel horrible last night after I realized that. And I was like, I had a really amazing day yesterday, and when I got home, I went out to get some food, to get some takeout. When I got home, I went inside right away so I could eat instead of bringing my gear in. So it wasn't until 3 hours later when I remembered that my camera bag was in the truck that I went out to get it, and I'm like, oh no, this is bad. So I have insurance, but still, this is better. This is better than having to go through insurance.
I still think she's a fine girl.
Fine squirrel.
That too.
Well, she's a fine person, an upstanding citizen. I told her, I said, did you look up to see how much this lens cost? She says, yeah, I Googled it. Like, yeah, I think somebody wants this back. Oh boy. So I didn't get as much sleep last night as I wanted to. And you know what happens when I do a show and I'm tired. You've got the motion.
Still should have played Brandy.
Check it out. Isn't that a 70s song?
So what? It would have fit the story.
Check it out.
Creative direction. Oh no.
York Peppermint Patty.
No.
What sensation do you get when you bite into a York Peppermint Patty?
No, that's just cruel.
Or do you like York Peppermint Patties?
Yes.
Yeah. So describe the sensation.
Oh, that's just cruel.
When I bite into a York Peppermint Patty, I get the sensation that I'm chasing a squirrel down the mountain. No, Melissa, I don't get squirrely. I get punchy when I get tired. And then who knows? Who knows what's going to come out of my mouth?
Well, we don't know even when you're not tired.
I may have to.
Now he's choking up.
I may have to take a bite of my York peppermint patty.
Brandy, she's such a fine girl. Now I got that stuck in my mind.
Go ahead, serves you right.
Say, Brandy, such a fine girl.
Delicious.
See, if you would have played it, that would have been creative direction, which people say we don't have.
Well, I did not want to go in that direction.
Well, I
So.
did.
I had a feeling you would have, and so I didn't want to go there.
Oh.
Because
Brandy,
we don't want to insult people who are nice to us.
it's not insulting. We're saying she's a fine girl. Squirrel. And the sailors all say she's a fine girl.
Squirrel. So you know how I'm always saying that I see the numbers 333?
Yes.
And how that's supposed to mean that you're surrounded by angels? So, yeah, I feel that even more. Some angels were watching out for me.
It was Brandy because she's a fine girl.
They're like, oh man, he did it again.
Send me an angel.
He really needs to know.
Right now. Should have played that song. Real life. Song? Real life. Send me an angel.
Send me an angel.
Right now.
I think Weird Al should do a parody of that song called Send Me an Email.
Well, why don't you do it with your ukulele? Record a video.
Maybe I will.
Have Ralph record the video.
I am a material girl. I am a material squirrel. She's kind of making squirrel sounds in the song. Look what else I got.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't like them. Ooh.
El Guapo got the good stuff this week.
Yeah, I see that.
I'll send you some with a quarter.
Yeah, right. Get smashed in the envelope of the mailman.
Yeah, no response yet from the Jehovah's Witness.
Still no response?
No.
Did you save the address?
Yeah, it's in my clipboard.
You should send a follow-up letter.
So disappointed I did not get a response from you.
No. Just say, I may have missed, or I'm sure your response got lost in the mail. But I'm still available.
Maybe I should send him a self-addressed stamped envelope.
There you go. If you would like to talk about the dude.
Do you have a minute to talk about the dude?
That's right.
I am a material.
As a duly ordained dude minister, I feel it is my job to enlighten you about the dude.
So you can be saved.
That's right.
You must learn to abide.
All those who abide are saved.
All those who abide are saved.
That's right.
That's true.
That's exactly right. I would like to save you.
Oh.
to do
Oh,
that, you must abide.
in a material world. Going into some ads. Material.
I really do. I think you should send a response and say, I would hate for your response to be lost in the mail because I would
I'll
hate
be right back.
he's leaving.
No, I got to reach something in my box. If I can do it without
Ripping your
breaking
pants,
anything.
splitting the pants right down the center.
There we go. That's something important. I think this is the dance mix.
We'll do your curtain.
Oh, it's over. Too late. Bushwood Country Club. Snabatorio. No, I was thinking I mentioned the other day that we should do a playlist for the year we graduated high school.
Yes.
I was thinking we should also do a playlist of songs that we hate.
Well, you know what's on my playlist.
Like 99 Luft Balloons. Hey, somebody step on a duck. As sentence boys send to you to the gas chamber. This is a long ad.
Yeah, it's the full movie trailer.
Still have a minute. Still have a minute left.
Yeah. It's like a 2 or 3 minute movie trailer.
Hey, Bill Murray made some squirrels out of plastic explosives in Caddyshack
Yes, he
for the
did.
gopher. There's your creative direction.
It'd been better if you played Brandy.
Squirrels made out of plastic explosive. Oh, we got all of that one. All right, we got to tell El Papo this is too long.
We'll
What
take
is
it out
El
of the
Papo?
rotation.
I don't have any control over that.
Yeah,
over
you
the
can.
access stuff.
I did it all the time.
No, he has to rebuild the list.
I just removed it.
See, I don't see these when I'm making the playlist.
Oh.
Twix. That was Big Len, Gnarly Grooves, Sundays 3 till 6.
And Mike's going to call Big Len and request the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yep. And so is everybody else listening to our show. You need to call. Let me give you the number. 719 put it up on the screen, Tim. 719-375-3107.
I don't have you went too fast.
Do I need to speak slower?
Yes.
719-375-3107. Call Big Len at 3 o'clock on Sunday and request the Super Bowl shuffle.
Is that the right number?
No.
What's the number?
3107, not 97. 3107.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is making for some fascinating
It is.
video. So, anyhow,
Call Big Len.
This is the Big Len. Call him and request the Super Bowl shuffle on Sunday. You can also go to gnarly1013.com and fill out the request form. And let's just flood the inbox with requests for Super Bowl Shuffle.
And call Mike right now and tell him you want to hear Brandy.
I don't
She's a
do
fine squirrel.
I don't do requests.
Oh,
Just like Johnny Fever, I don't do requests. So thinking about the history of the big game, what players come to mind? Like maybe some quarterbacks that have played in the big game.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, okay.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner. All right.
Greatest show on turf. I gotta give props to them.
How about Hollywood Joe?
He doesn't come to my mind when I think of the Super Bowl.
He doesn't?
No.
Well, he's been on my mind lately because like Hollywood Joe, I am currently wearing pantyhose.
Thank you. That is more information than I really wanted to know.
So I had the surgery this week on my legs, and the doctor is having me wear the compression socks that like go all the way up your leg, and which has officially turned me into my dad. But
I thought you were going to say it officially turned you into a squirrel.
No, but today I got a sort of a glimmer of hope when I glanced at the mirror and saw myself, and I just had this brief vision in my head of Tim Curry and the Rocky Mountain Horror Story.
Rocky Mountain Horror Story. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's what my movie will be called, Rocky Mountain Horror Story. So anyway, that came to mind when that happened to me. But the operation was a success, and so I had to go in twice, once on Wednesday for my left leg, and then on Thursday for my right leg. And no, I do not wear sandals, Melissa. Do not.
What a catch you would be.
So anyway, on Wednesday, after they were finished, the assistant is getting everything cleaned up, and she's giving me the instructions, and she says you have to wear the compression socks, and then she said you can't go swimming, you can't take a bath, and no jacuzzis. And I was outraged by that. So the next day when I saw the doctor, I said, "Doc, I have a bone to pick with you. I didn't know there was a restriction on jacuzzis, and jacuzzis. So I had to cancel my celebrity hot tub party. And I'm really mad." And he said, "Well, who was going to be at your celebrity hot tub party?" And I said, "Well, Jennifer Aniston and Heather Locklear and Pamela Anderson." And he said, "Well, if you can get Jennifer Aniston into a hot tub with you, then I'll let you go. I'll give you a break." So there you go. And I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start tryouts for the place kicker position for the Denver Broncos next year.
Oh yeah, that I want to see.
Yeah, that's how good my legs are feeling right now. And
I'll come out with the camera to record that one.
Oh yeah, fun times. Want to hear some more music?
Do I want to hear some more music? Is that a choice?
Is it a choice?
Depends on what you're playing.
Well, you have a choice. You could listen to the music I decide to play, or you can leave.
Ooh, well,
and not
see ya.
listen to any music.
See ya. I'm gonna go listen to Brandy.
Well, continuing with our girl/squirrel theme, we have Pet Shop Boys, West End Squirrels
Squirrel.
on the Gnarly Dude Show.
This is a good song.
Yeah, Celebrity Hot Tub Party was canceled.
Before it was even organized.
And here I thought I meant to say Pamela Anderson, but I said Jennifer Anderson, and obviously he didn't know who I was talking about. So, so yeah, that's gonna have to be rescheduled.
And I'm sure all three of those ladies are just going to clear their calendar for you to reschedule it.
Of course, because they all love me, and they know I look sexy in my compression socks. Just like Tim Curry in the Rocky Mountain Horse Show.
Rocky Mountain Horse Show.
All right, having a wardrobe malfunction. Too many choices. Oh, speaking of choices,
Yes.
I went into this motorcycle accessory shop on the other day downtown.
Joining Hell's Angels?
Yes, and there was an entire wall from floor to ceiling full of helmets.
Yeah.
And I said, how the hell do you pick a helmet? And the guy said, that's only like about a third of what we offer. Like, are you kidding me? Too many choices.
So what were you doing in a motorcycle shop?
I'm looking for some motorcycle riders to pose for a picture for my project because I have this photo with two couples on these old motorcycles. And
So couldn't you just go to a biker bar?
yeah. Well, see, my project, you can't just be any Joe Schmo off the street. You have to be someone doing something cool in the community. So I can't just go into a biker bar and ask somebody to be in the picture.
Why not?
So, because it's against my rule.
Well, how do you know they're not doing something cool for the community?
I would have to know that first.
Well, you could ask them, what are you doing cool for the community? They might be doing like motorcycle runs to raise money for charities. A lot of them do.
Well, when Brandy and I were talking this afternoon,
She's a fine girl.
Why the universe put us together, I said, do you ride motorcycles? You and your boyfriend, do you ride motorcycles? She's like, no, but we know some people who do. And she was telling me about a motorcycle group that does those types of things. So she's going to hook me up with some motorcycle people.
Yeah, there's several groups that do those things.
I had somebody else in mind, and I talked to the organizer, and then after that, he never responded to any of my emails. So I have to move on. I can't wait around because I have a deadline coming up quickly.
Well, yeah, if you're going to do your book, you got less than or just over a month.
Yeah. It's Cyndi Lauper. Squirrels just want to have fun. I think I picked the dance version. Maybe not. Squirrels just want to have fun with your nuts. Are you wanting me to perform in some way now that you've put me on the full screen, or are you picking your nose?
I wanted you to perform. I wanted to see if you would actually perform, and you did not.
I need creative direction if I'm to perform. because this is a snobatorium. Maybe this is the dance version. Squirrels just wanna have fun. Did you watch a movie this week?
I did. In fact, that's what I'm getting pulled up.
So you're frantically working on? Starting
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the synopsis.
synopsis. Squirrels just wanna have fun.
Okay, I got it.
I thought you were dialing the phone that's on the song.
Beep, 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 beep.
You were butt dialing. What you gonna do with your life? Girls, they want me fun. Hey, no voting is open for Best of the Springs.
Are we nominated?
I don't know. I just found out because I have the paper right here. Girls that want to have fun. Wanna have fun. Just want to.
Yeah, don't worry about us trying to do a radio show. Go ahead and read the paper.
Okay.
Would you like a toilet there to help you?
That's where I'm headed. I'm just going.
You're getting the paper out so you're ready?
Gone for about 10 minutes.
All right. Just put it on automation.
Yeah, this must be the dance version because we still have 3 minutes left. Grady Milky Way.
Oh, man.
So I have to wear these damn things for 3 days straight, morning, noon, and night.
So you don't even take them off.
So that I should just shower with them on.
Why not?
Yeah, since I still don't have a working washing machine.
You didn't fix it last weekend?
What?
You didn't fix it last weekend?
I couldn't get the damn thing apart.
I think you got to put a pair of shorts on and sandals and just walk around King Soopers.
Oh, well, you should see the shorts that they make you wear at the doctor's office.
Did you save them?
They're pretty crazy. They gave me a pair when I had my ultrasound, but the ones this week I just left them there.
Oh no, you should have kept them and then walk around the grocery store.
Well, I have one pair. I don't want 3 pairs.
Why not? You never know.
Squirrels just want to have fun.
Have the socks, the shorts, just walk around. Actually, put a bathrobe on, sandals, and just walk around the grocery store mumbling to yourself.
Yeah. With my GoPro on my head.
There you go. Yeah. Catch everybody's reaction.
Just want to. Just want to. Still have 35 seconds.
Oh my gosh. I'd be exhausted dancing to that song.
Well, if you had compression socks on, you wouldn't get exhausted.
Oh, that helps the dance.
Yeah.
Mike's gonna be dancing all night long. After the show, he's going to the clubs. Watch out, ladies.
Twix, finally. So you could be playing the cowbell, Tim. That was the very long, extended version of Squirrels Just Want to Have Fun
Squirrels.
by Cyndi Lauper. So the reason I have the paper in front of me, and I'm gonna put this up to the camera, is that I was in the paper again today. So it's just like that scene in
Your butt.
Yeah, he caught my good side.
He caught your butt.
He caught my good side.
So how do we really know that's you? Could be anybody's butt.
I think I'm more identifiable by my camera and tripod than I am by the back side of me. So there's my camera and tripod,
Right.
Which is a unique signature. And then
Could be anybody's camera and tripod.
What?
Could be anybody's camera or tripod.
No, because you could see there's a sticker on there that's worn, and nobody's sticker would be worn the same way that my sticker is worn. So it's identified. If I committed a crime while using that tripod, forensic evidence would bring it back to me. They'd be able to prove that it was mine.
Yeah, it's called fingerprints.
No, there was one episode of that Forensic File show where these three dudes robbed the bank, and the one guy, the video caught a side view of him, and because of the wear pattern on his jeans, they were able to identify him as the person who robbed the bank.
Yeah, it's kind of stretching it. But speaking of detectives and forensic stuff, it's time for my movie review. I dig that funky music.
I enhance it with the little horn playing there.
You were on mute.
All right, so
I watched a movie. It just came out. It's at theaters. Came out last week, so it's at the theaters. And if you have HBO Max, you can watch it on HBO Max instead of going to the theaters. It's Denzel Washington, his latest.
Wait, Denzel Washington or Washington?
Just, yes. It's called The Little Things.
Mm-hmm.
And the description is Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon joins forces with Sergeant Jim Baxter to search for a serial killer who's terrorizing Los Angeles. As they track the culprit, Baxter is unaware that the investigation is dredging up echoes of Deke's past, uncovering disturbing secrets that could threaten more than his case.
Disturbing secrets. How many disturbing secrets do you have?
This movie stunk.
Yeah.
It was so slow moving.
How slow moving was it?
It was so slow. I could have done my laundry and the movie was still going on.
Well, what did you watch the movie on Tuesday or Friday? Because that's laundry night for you, right?
No, Monday and Friday.
Oh, sorry, Monday and Friday. Okay.
Yeah, Monday and Friday. Actually, the movie is, for me, it was very slow. It was very boring, and it just really didn't make a whole lot of sense. I didn't understand it, and I did not even understand the ending. When it ended, I was like, okay, they didn't explain anything.
Sounds scintillating.
So unless you have HBO Max and you can watch it for free, I would advise against going to the theater to watch this movie.
Well, technically, if you have HBO Max, you're paying to see it, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, I have AT&T internet, so I get HBO Max free.
Ooh, fancy you.
Yeah.
I watched a movie this week,
Okay.
a new movie on Netflix called The Dig.
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering if that was any good.
I liked it with what's his name? Ralph? Is it Ralph Fiennes or Ray? There's two guys, right? And I still don't know who's who and how to say their name. But anyway, I like archaeology, so that's what this story is about. A very significant archaeological find, an archaeological dig in the UK, and speaking of archaeological digs, that's what I recommended to our friend Marcel when she said she had to go through her garage and sort things out for their move. I said think about it as an archaeological dig because you don't know what you're going to find, and then you'll be surprised when you do find something of historic significance.
So was the dig any good?
Yeah, I liked it, but that doesn't mean you'll like it. I liked it, but you may not. That's my review.
All right.
That's my recommendation. And when I watched, I missed some of it, but I watched Sven again, and the movie he showed was Spider versus the World, and it was this gigantic tarantula that was terrorizing this town, and there was some very bad acting in it. But the funniest part was that the spider, the spider made this horrible screaming noise every time it was on the screen. They had dubbed in this horrible screaming sound, and of course, spiders don't scream. But it was just so hard to listen to it whenever the spider was on. But it was it's kind of like a kind of like a Godzilla movie. Giant spider terrorizes town and destroys things, and yeah. So
We got to do the ID.
go ahead.
KFBZ 101.3 FM, Walsenburg, Pueblo, Colorado Springs. This is Gnarly 101.3 FM. You're listening and hopefully watching the Gnarly Dudes.
I was having so much fun, I didn't realize that an entire hour went away.
Yeah, an hour went by.
That means that it's almost time for everybody's favorite part of the show. But before that, we have a great classic 80s classic song, Squirrel, Squirrel, Squirrels by Motley Crue, the Gnarly Juice Show. Oh, I see. I got to get ready here. Uh-oh. Killer koala fell on the floor.
He died.
He lost his grip.
He doesn't have the kung fu grip.
Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. Are Melissa and Chris still out there?
I don't know who's out there.
Why for not? Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. Yeah, that movie was so boring, I'm yawning. Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels.
Melissa says she is still here.
All right, so after I do Dateable or Undateable, I'm just going to eat candy for the rest of the show, so you could take over.
Just gonna eat candy. Wow.
Sound good?
Why are you just gonna eat candy the rest of the show?
Because I deserve it. I deserve to eat candy.
You deserve it.
For the rest of the night.
Oh.
See, this is, if I drank, this is one of those nights where I would definitely get loaded. After thinking I lost my lens and being sent into a panic, full bore linear panic. All right, my strap is malfunctioning. So she said, squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. So, Melissa, what do you think of the show so far? Is it squirrely enough for you? I got to get warmed up for kazoo playing.
Yes, because all kazoo players do that. Warm up.
Squirrelicious. Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. Well, I'm missing the guitar solo. It is currently 8:05.
Check local listings for time in your area.
Ho, coming up next, it's Duran Duran, Squirrels on Film.
When are we going to get to the Clash?
That is
5 songs away.
Next segment. That'll be after Dateable or Undateable. Squirrels on film. Squirrels on film. Squirrels on film. We should redo this video with squirrels.
Yeah, you're going to wrangle up the squirrels?
Yeah, squirrels in bikinis and squirrels on surfboards.
Okay, I like to see you dress a bunch of squirrels in bikini.
Photoshop, man. Oh, you didn't comment on my Groundhog Day meme.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's right. About 6 weeks of no more dates.
See my shadow, so 6 more weeks and no dates.
Yeah, I saw that.
See, I first was going to make fun of you, but then I thought,
I think I was in such shock that you weren't making fun of me because that's what you usually do.
Squirrels on film. Drum solo.
Cowbell solo.
I thought you said taco solo.
Well, it could be a taco solo.
That'd be interesting.
That would be.
If you blew through a taco, what sound would you make?
Shoot, I had tacos last night and I used up the rest of the shells.
We had tacos last night, but it wasn't Tuesday.
Yeah. Taco Thursday.
You do Taco Thursday?
This week we did. And I did chicken and waffles Friday.
Chicken and waffles Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, 25 seconds. Girls on film.
Do-do-do-do.
Twix.
Twix.
That horrible noise you just made went over the mic.
Twix.
When I give the code word, you're supposed to be silent.
Yeah, but I figure I still got a half a second to say something before you actually hit the button.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I got a half a second.
No, that was broadcast. That went over. Whatever.
I still say I have a half a second.
Oh, so has there been any update to the job applications?
Not a one.
Not a one. It's really hard to find a job these days.
It is. I'm quite disappointed because I felt for sure I would have that Netflix one.
Well, you know what I think? You know what I think it is? I think you were overqualified.
You think?
Yeah. That's the bullshit excuse evil HR people give everybody. Oh, you're overqualified. I've heard this one before. I don't think you'll like this job.
Let me work here and find out. Then I'll let you know.
Let me make that decision. It turns out she was right. But I wanted to,
experience it for yourself.
Decide for myself. Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. What was that?
What was what?
That noise that I heard coming from the south.
I was doing my own version of the theme.
Okay. You're writing theme songs now?
I am.
That reminds me, we still don't have a theme song for the Gnarly Dude Show.
Well, you had somebody working on it.
Yeah, Jerry and Travis, and I think they dropped the ball. I may have to
fire them.
Well, they weren't technically hired.
Get our money back.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get my.
That's the only reason I listen to shows for this segment.
Really, as do most people. All right. This person is a Pisces,
which means nothing to me. You do that every week, and I have no idea what those.
Somebody out there knows what it means. She is an average body type. College graduate, 5 foot. I hope I didn't read this one already. let me take a quick glance here. I don't think I. Maybe wait. Hold on a second. Really? Oh, I think I read this one. Sorry.
Oh, great! Great.
Wait a minute.
Hope you got a spare in the bullpen.
I did. I had a bunch lined up, so
they're making a cold bullpen.
Oh, that one I read. This is the one about the woman turning into Pamela Anderson. This is the one.
Nothing like being prepared for the show. Hey,
yeah,
Mike.
I thought I was prepared, and I guess.
So now we're going to have no dateable or undateable.
Hold on a second.
Everybody's logging
All
off
right, no,
now. They're turning it off.
I found one. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
I didn't read this one. Okay.
You sure?
Boy, crisis averted.
Yeah, we were going to cut your pay.
Okay. All right. This person is a Scorpio. She's athletic. She attended college. 5'6", never married. Christian/Catholic. Oh, speaking of Catholics, you're probably familiar with the patron saints and Saint Anthony being the patron of lost things.
Right, lost causes.
And so there's a little rhyme prayer that you say when you lose something. It goes, "Holy Tony, look around. Something's lost and gotta be found." And I kept saying that over and over last night, and look what happened. My lens was returned to me. I've seen some freaky ass stuff happen.
In all of my years of attending Catholic school, I have never heard that rhyme.
You've never heard that?
No.
See, then you probably lost a lot of things. Then never recovered them.
What was it? Holy Tony, look around, see what you find.
No, Holy Tony, look around. Something's lost and got to be found.
Holy Tony, look around. Something's lost and got to be found.
Yeah. So you say it over and over. I've seen weirdest stuff. Once at a girlfriend's small studio apartment in St. Louis, and we were getting ready to leave to go somewhere, and she couldn't find her keys. We're looking, and this is a very small apartment. We're looking all over for her keys. I said the prayer, and then suddenly her keys are right there in the middle of the bed. And there was absolutely no way that we could have missed them had we, in our
Not been drunk.
Frantic search. Another time, my dad dropped on a fishing trip. He dropped his fishing pole in the lake in 30 feet of water, and
if you tell me a fish brought it up to the surface, I'm hanging up.
No, he spent all night making this grappling hook thing out of coat hangers and sinkers and nylon rope. He was knocking on other people's cabins, asking them for their wire hangers. he makes this thing. He's like, "Hey,
more wire hangers."
Like, "Hey, Mike, what's that prayer that your mother and your sisters say?" And I said the prayer, and he kept asking me to say it. The next morning, my brother and I pull our guide aside, and we say, "Look, half-hour tops, and we got to cut him off because he'll want to spend all day trying to get his rod." So we get out there, and the guide says, "Okay, this is the exact place," and he throws this thing in the water, lets it sink, and it starts pulling it in. Then he gives it to the guide, and the guide's pulling in real slow. First try, he catches the pole in 30 feet of water in a lake where the whole shoreline all looks the same. And the guide is like, "This is the plot. This is the spot, the exact place." So that was just unbelievable. All right. Anyway, where did I? Oh, so she's a Catholic. No children, doesn't smoke. Hey, it sounds pretty good so far. Her story. The beauty of love is a mystery. When it finally happens, what comes to light is a great facility for giving away. And when we know how to give of ourselves, the exchange of love is healthy and sublime. Love has to be sowed in a field of trust. Only this way it may be born and grow and finally bear fruits.
I'm just speechless.
And you have to catch her in your eyelashes. So her perfect match is described thusly. I'm looking for someone who has a great sense of humor and a big heart, is curious about new things, that would like to share new experiences or old habits. I'm looking for someone who believes that a true intimate partner looks out for the other and vice versa. While navigating life together, we are caring and concerned for each other's well-being because we make each other so happy and we love each other very much. He should enjoy good humor, love to laugh, and be a hopeless romantic.
Oh,
Don't you think that's a bit much to have on a dating profile? You
but you
know,
gotta dream big.
a little bit lofty, for for the
So
smart
what would you rather
people.
have? I'm looking for a guy who will ignore me, abuse me, and only call me when he wants something.
No, I want somebody to be a little bit more down to earth and realistic, not all this, catch me in her eyelashes type stuff. This I see as similar to that level of just this fantasy, like you know foo foo la la type of world. you
Foo
know
foo la la.
I think honestly, I think this kind of stuff would scare away a lot of guys. You're reading this and she's talking. I mean, you haven't even met her, and she's talking about being in love with each other very much. And it's like, what? I just want to go out for a cup of coffee. Maybe we should just play some mini golf, or I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, that's the end?
That's it. Yeah,
That's it?
it's a
Well, I
short
didn't hear
one.
anything that was so negative that would be a detriment to you.
You didn't think, or you like this line? The beauty of love is a mystery.
Well, I mean, it's being poetic.
Yeah. Well, see the
They're saying
the
the beauty of love stinks.
yeah. Well, I'd probably respond to someone who says that. The thing that I see a lot that makes me just kind of cringe is this hopeless romantic thing. You know, I always
So
say
you
hope.
don't like dreamers.
I always say hopeless is the key word in that phrase. It's
No,
it's not just
you're just against dreamers.
it's not necessarily dreaming. It's
Yeah,
just
it is.
having unrealistic expectations. That's how I see that.
Because you're jaded.
Because I'm jaded? No.
Yes. It's because you're jaded.
No, it's because I live
You're shooting down their dreams.
it's because I live in reality, a place called reality, where hopelessness has no there's no room for
Okay,
hopelessness
wait. Go back. Go back.
back.
You were hoping somebody would find your lens. You were hoping that somebody would be kind enough to turn it into you.
Yeah.
Somebody could be just as jaded to you and go, "Oh, I live in reality. You ain't seeing that lens. It's
Well,
gone.
I
Somebody's
was
snorting it up their nose right now."
I was pretty well convinced that it wasn't going to happen. So I was actually, when I saw the post on Facebook, I was looking up the phone number for my insurance company to make the call to file a claim. So yeah, there's a difference between trying and all the time I was like, yeah, there's probably not much of a chance. Yeah, I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut, or she's just a squirrel trying to get a nut, whatever. Oh, sorry about the snafu there. I thought I was prepared,
That
and
one, I think that profile's lame. I think it was kind of our weaker dateable or undateable.
well, see, you say the profile is lame. That's a reason to, you
Well, not
know.
no. Okay, let me rephrase it. Not so much that the profile was lame, that just the segment was a
Oh,
little
you're
lame.
saying that I was lame. That's what you're saying.
Well, I think you were just shooting down hope, shooting down dreams.
Hopeless,
Hopeless.
hopeless, hopelessness in a world full of hopelessness.
You're shooting down a squirrel's dream.
Running down the dream.
That's right, running down a dream.
Running down the dream of a squirrel. That world of hopeless. That should be like part of your movie review segment. A world full of hopelessness. Is there any?
Is there any movie worth watching?
Is there any movie worth watching? Is
Yeah.
love still a mystery?
Oh.
Oh, we got a couple of ads coming up, and then we'll be back to talk about The Clash
Okay.
on the Gnarly Dude Show. Boy, I almost had a panic moment there. Like, wait a minute, I think I read this one.
I did too, because you were going through it.
All right, I got some homework to do for next week. See, I thought I had found, yeah, this must have been the fourth one, because I found 4 profiles that one night. I know I've got some others tucked in there that I never did get to. No, we haven't read any news stories tonight.
It's okay. We've made it through about an hour and a half of the show. And I forgot the name of my website that I go to all the time. I'm just blanking out on it.
For the news?
Yeah.
Ooh. That was the top of the hour, 25 minutes late.
Nothing like being on time.
So we're going to come on after this ad. Oh, see, 333 is on the screen again. Oh, Twix. The new Atari 5200. I had the Atari 2600.
We had a choice way back when, one year. My dad offered to get us an Atari or we could get cable. And my sister and I decided on cable.
Really?
Yeah.
Why, so you'd watch the dirty movies unscrambled?
Well, no, because my best friend across the street had an Atari, so I figured I could just go across the street and play the Atari and have cable at home.
Was that Steve, your friend Steve?
Yes.
The kid who you would make sleep on the bottom bunk so that when the burglars came in, they would get to him first.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, all right. Just connecting the dots there.
Well, hey, speaking of that,
Yeah.
have you watched the series Schitt's Creek?
Oh yeah, I love that show.
Okay, so they go to the motel,
Uh-huh.
and the son makes his sister sleep by the door because it's the first bed that the burglar will come in and go for. So my theory is correct.
Yeah, okay. But didn't they switch beds? I seem to remember in the later episodes he was in the bed closest to the door. I think somewhere along the line they switched.
Okay, I'm only up to episode like 4 or something.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's find a news story here. Oh, here we go.
Well, no, if we're going to do the Clash, we got to talk about why.
Oh, that's right. So let's talk about the Clash.
Okay. Well, today marks 9 years, the 9th year of International Clash Day. It was started by a radio station out of Seattle, KEXP, and they, on this day, air Clash all day long. But this year, radio stations from Latin America and DJs from Argentina, Chile, Colombia, Mexico are also participating in International Clash Day. More than 110 radio stations around the world participating in International Clash Day to honor the band, The Clash.
We have a Clash song coming up, so we need to start a trend like that. You know, I need to revisit the Get Gnarly Day.
Mm-hmm.
And because we need to be known for starting something like this and getting 110 other radio stations on board. So we'll have to get some creative direction and start
We're going to
thinking
pick a
about
date,
ways that we can.
but the problem is the date may not be the same every year for a Friday.
Well, we could say it's the first Friday of April or the second Friday of June. So that's how you get around that.
Or you could be like, Easter, it's the first Sunday after the third this and the fourth that.
That's too complicated, man.
I know.
It's those Catholics. Better pray to Holy Tony for that one.
What was that prayer again?
Holy Tony, look around. Something's lost and gotta be found.
Holy Tony, look around. Something lost has got to be found.
So whenever
You have to email me that because I'm going to forget it.
Whenever I can't find something, I either say the prayer or I think that it's ghosts. I think that a ghost is hiding something from me, and I yell, "Put it back!" Sometimes I find after I do that. But I'm thinking, if it is a ghost, and I say the prayer to Holy Tony just smacks the ghost in the back.
Oh, is that what happens? Holy Tony smacks the ghost?
Put it back. Stop torturing this poor guy. He's suffering enough.
So Holy Tony reaches down from heaven and slaps the ghost for wherever the ghost is.
Smacks him upside the head. So
now, see, that I want a video of. That's what you should do a video of. Do a short video. Get Ralph together, do a short video of Holy Tony reaching down and slapping a ghost.
All right, we'll have to work it. Maybe we can put that in the upcoming film festival.
There you go. Be one of the shorts.
Yeah. All right. Here it is. The Clash.
For International Clash Day.
Rocking the Casbah on the Gnarly Juice Show.
St. Anthony reaching down and slapping a ghost.
I actually thought of that today when I was thinking about the prayer and telling people stories about saying the prayer. Yeah, I think he's just like, you know what? Stop doing this. Because I think it's like poltergeists, because they're like the tricksters of the ghost world.
Well, you can set up the film like this. Have you ever wondered what really happens when you're praying to Saint Anthony for something you have lost? And then you can have a person saying, "Holy Tony, look around, something's lost, needs to be found." And you can have Saint Anthony somewhere, heavenly clouds and everything, hearing this distress music. Yeah, hearing this distress call coming from the person down below on Earth, and you can then show St. Anthony grabbing the ghost from his collar, slapping him, saying, "Put it back." And the ghost sulking off, okay, and putting the keys back on the bed or whatever.
I like it. I saw a cartoon regarding St. Anthony in the prayer. Somebody was saying the prayer, and St. Anthony was responding saying, "Find your own shit." So St. Anthony was tired and frustrated from getting all the requests.
Well, you could have the same person doing it over and over and over, and after the third or fourth time, you have St. Anthony go, "Find your own shit, you idiot."
Rock the Casbah. This is a pretty crazy video.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Oh, Alice Cooper's coming up next.
Ooh, and I said
Alice,
you were going to tell your Alice Cooper story.
you said what?
I posted on our page when I announced that it was his birthday that you were going to tell your Alice Cooper story.
Oh, all right. How I almost got to interview him.
Yeah.
Rock the Casbah. Thinks it's not kosher. Bam, bam. I was also watching the show. The episodes are really short. They're like 15, 17 minutes long. It's called Bonding. It's about a woman who's a dominatrix. And so I'd be watching Andy Griffith on MeTV and then switch to watching Bonding. And I'm like, boy, what a contrast, you know?
How times have changed.
Wholesome TV. Oh, I just remembered. We got to talk about Happy Days.
Okay.
Because there was an episode of Happy Days on earlier in the week that is that relates to us. He's the man behind that. So don't let me forget to talk about Happy Days because I'll forget. Just like I forgot that I was carrying that lens with me yesterday. See, that was the problem, is that it was in a case outside of my bag. So I had my wheel pulling my bag and carrying my tripod, and I had this extra thing which isn't normally part of my kit. And when I took it out of the truck, I said to myself, make sure you don't leave this somewhere. And what did I do?
You left it somewhere.
I left it somewhere. It's the man behind the mask. So how old is Alice Cooper today?
He was old. You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we can give out accurate information. You have a minute.
Why would we want to give out accurate information? 73.
73.
Yep.
The man behind the mask.
Boom, boom, boom.
And he's after your soul. Twix.
Twigs. See, had a half second.
But then you talked again after I turned on the mic.
But of course.
That was Alice Cooper. And speaking of ghosts, he got his name during a seance. or paranormal session where they communicated with the spirit, and they asked the spirit what its name was, and it said Alice Cooper. Did you know that?
I don't believe that.
It's a true story. He tells the story. If you look up the history of Alice Cooper. So anyway, we played that because it's Alice's 73rd birthday today.
73rd birthday. Happy birthday, Alice.
So Tim wanted me to share the story of the time that I almost interviewed Alice Cooper. so since that snafu when we thought Paul McCartney was coming into town.
Well, wait, you got to explain that story.
Oh, now I got to go even further back?
Well, yeah, you got to give the whole history of it.
So I get this email. It was like bands in town or something. I get this email.
It was from the Pikes Peak Center.
Yeah, it's at Pikes Peak Center. Paul McCartney at the Pikes Peak Center in Colorado Springs. I'm like, holy crap. So I emailed it to you and to Keith. And I'm like, what do we do? Sir Paul, let's get Sir Paul in the studio, right? So I kept talking about dreams that never come true. I kept having these like daydreams about Sir Paul and the two of us in the studio at the other station interviewing him. Watching him, walk out from the car and getting into the building and,
from the limo.
And then you didn't call me. You were out of town for work.
Yeah, I was out of town.
And you called me on your lunch break, and you're like, "Oh man, this is so exciting! What do we do?" And then you found out later that it wasn't Paul McCartney performing; it was the Philharmonic playing Paul McCartney songs.
Yeah, performing the music of Paul McCartney.
Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh man!" But it was fun while it lasted.
Well, the thing was, I was frantically searching that whole afternoon, trying to figure out how to get tickets for this, when tickets were going on sale, so on and so forth. And then finally I get to it. And finally, I don't know how I discovered, but finally I realized it's the music of Paul McCartney by the Philharmonic Symphony.
Well, I was frantically searching for who to contact to set up an interview. And so since then, anytime anybody famous or big name group or performer would come to town, you or I would share that on our Facebook pages and say, hey, here's an interview waiting to happen, right?
Yeah.
So you, as a joke, you found out Alice Cooper was coming to town, and you put it on my Facebook page and said, hey, here's an interview for you. And our friend Bobby from another radio station said, we're sponsoring the show. If you want to interview, we might be able to piggyback you onto our interview. I'm like, oh, man, awesome. So I was like, I spent, I don't know how much time thinking about this. And I'm like, what the hell do you ask Alice Cooper? And
because this guy's been asked every question there is.
Exactly. Yeah. So Bobby finally tells me, we're doing the interview on this Monday. You can come to the studio, and he's supposed to be doing interviews by phone like all day. And we have like so many minutes, and then you can have maybe 5 minutes or so at the end of our time. Like, cool. So I spent like all weekend, thinking about questions and writing them down.
And for those who don't know, these big stars, that's what they usually do is they line up a whole day and they're on the phone with all these radio stations and TV stations for 10 or 15-minute blocks. Mm-hmm. All these stations get a very limited time to talk to Alice Cooper or Paul McCartney or whoever the star is.
Right. So So Bobby was also trying to get me into the venue to be their official photographer, and the manager was being a jerk and wasn't allowing it. But anyway, like I think it was the day of the interview, he messaged me and he said, "Hey, it doesn't look like we're going to have time for you, but you can still come to the studio." So I went to the studio just to experience the interview. And first they had technical problems. They couldn't get Alice connected over the phone, which wasted about 10 minutes. and then the DJ who interviewed him, I personally felt that I had better questions to ask. That his questions were more of the same old type of thing.
And do you remember your questions?
I don't, but I had them all written down.
Because I remember you and I were discussing this. We were discussing what type of questions to ask them.
Yeah, and then here what happened. I mean, they could have had time to put me in. At the time they spent screwing around with fixing the technical problem, and then the interview was short. So there would have been plenty of time for me to ask my questions, my better questions, right? So Bobby said, well, he gave me the files. He said, we give you the interview, and then you can record yourself asking the same questions. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. But I did. He did say that, we're having Alice do station IDs for us. And if you want him to do a station ID, just write down what you want him to say, and we'll give it to him, and then I'll give you the recording. So I have a station ID from Alice Cooper for the old show I used to do at the other station. And I have a recording of Alice Cooper saying my name and pronouncing it correctly. And how many people can say that? So I used to start off that show by saying, "Hey, boys and girls, this is me." And so I have Alice Cooper saying, "Hey, boys and girls, this is Alice Cooper." You're listening to. So good times. Anyway, I said earlier that we need to talk about Happy Days, because earlier this week there was an episode of Happy Days on MeTV. Do you remember this one where Richie got a job as a DJ at the local radio station?
No, I don't remember that one.
Do you remember the call letters for the radio station? It was WOW. Wow. Wow radio.
Wow radio.
So Richie had a job at the radio station, like just cleaning up and stuff. And the regular DJ got mad at the manager and quit. And he was doing a show, and he got mad, and he just left. He quit and he left. So the manager tells Richie to sit in, and he does. And then he decides to hire Richie as the regular DJ. And Richie lets it go to his head, and he calls himself Richie the C. That was his radio name, Richie the C. And he starts acting all Hollywood, and his friends are getting mad. Even Fonzie got mad, so they did this live feed at Arnold's, and Fonzie told everybody not to applaud for Richie. So Richie would be talking on the mic and say something to get an audience response, and Fonzie would stand up and give the thumbs down, and everybody would be quiet. And after this went on for a little while, Potsy and Ralph said, "Hey, Fonz, don't you think we're being a little tough on Richie? Maybe we should give him a break." So Fonzie had a change of heart and turned things around. But then after that, Richie decided to quit. He decided to quit because he felt that his friends were more important than being a famous radio DJ. And I say, Richie, you're a freaking idiot.
Yeah, you're a fool. You're a fool.
You dumbass. Take the job as the famous DJ. Oh, man. So that was pretty funny. Maybe you could find that on YouTube or somewhere. But I thought, hey, another thing is that when Richie started doing the radio show, there was a scene where he walks into Arnold's, and these two girls come up to him like all giggly and stuff.
So he gets groupies.
Yeah, he gets groupies. So Richie gets groupies after like one day. And what happens to us? We get two raccoons.
Well,
not even any squirrels. You know?
We've been doing what, the Gnarly Dudes for a year and a half now.
Yeah, plus the other shows before that.
Right.
And so this is my 6th year on radio, and I don't have anything to show for it.
Well, I'm on 8 or 9, and I don't have anything.
So I don't know. Maybe we have to study that episode and learn from it. See how Richie got the girls to swoon all over him. Oh well. Speaking of swooning, here's a song from Journey. Squirrel Can't Help It. Gnarly Dude Show. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, this song's 3.5 minutes. David Lee Roth is after this. California Girls. Oh, should we?
I say we come on after Journey and then close with David.
All right, I can read a news story. I didn't read the story. I just saw the title and I was like, okay, I'm choosing this one. Squirrel can't help it. She needs more.
Speaking of which, did your that family ever get in touch with you?
The what?
That YouTube
Oh
family?
no. Maybe they don't do interviews.
Or maybe they watched the show.
Yeah. Thought these guys are too, as my dad would put it, these guys are raw. These guys are too raw. Meaning that we were dirty. Like when he like you if my dad was still around, we would have him do movie reviews. He'd say, "Oh, that movie was raw." If it was like raunchy, that was his word. That was raw.
That was his word.
He and my mom went to see Wayne's World, and I called home to talk to him, and this is all he said. Yeah, your mother and I went to see that movie with those two guys. That was horrible. I'm like, what are you talking about? I finally got it out of him that it was Wayne's World. I'm like, what the hell are you and Ma doing seeing Wayne's World? He thought it was stupid. Like, well, yeah, it's supposed to be stupid. That's the whole point. Him and my mother used to go to the movies every Sunday.
Why Sunday?
I don't know. Girl can't help it. 45 seconds. Squirrels can't help it. They're just nuts. Oops. 25 seconds. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh, 10 seconds. Twix. Ooh, there's a squirrel who wants your nuts.
I hope there's not a squirrel that wants my nuts.
It's sometimes I get be sitting up in my office and a squirrel will climb up the tree at the window and it'd be tapping at the window. Like, dude, leave me alone. Even the squirrels bother me. The other day I was downtown And I didn't even have my camera set up. I was just standing by the tailgate of my truck. And I saw this dude. He was on the other side of the street coming towards me. He saw me and he went out of his way to cross the street, walk in front of me to mumble something. And I said, "What?" And he said, "Mountains are beautiful." And I said, "Yeah." And he just kept walking. And he walked past my truck, and then he walked over across to the other side of the street again. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, why do I attract these type of people? You know,
He just wanted you to know that the mountains are beautiful.
I already knew that, and so I didn't need his help. All right, New Zealand cactus smuggler. New Zealand cactus smuggler
Okay.
strapped plants to her body. I've never heard of a cactus smuggler. Biosecurity officials in New Zealand said a woman caught attempting to smuggle more than 1,000 succulents and endangered cacti into the country was sentenced to 100 hours of community service. What? 100 hours of community service? Boy, they're pretty lenient over there in New Zealand, eh? The Ministry for Primary Industries, I've been feeling like the Minister of Silly Walks lately, said Wing Queen Lee, 38 of Auckland, was accused of attempting to smuggle cacti and succulents into New Zealand from China on 2 separate occasions. The ministry said Lee returned to Auckland International Airport from a China trip in March 2019 with 947 plants concealed in stockings and strapped to her body. It says stockings, Stalking. I wonder if they mean stockings.
That would be my guess.
She fled to a bathroom when she attracted the attention of a police dog and attempted to dispose of the items, which included 8 endangered and threatened species and was worth an estimated $7,200.
That's an expensive cactus.
Well, there were 947 of them, so do the math. How much per plant? Authorities recovered a quote-unquote large amount of plant materials from the bathroom. The ministry said Lee again returned from China in April 2019 with 142 seeds hidden inside iPad covers, as well as more than 200 garden ornaments and plant pots, which were in turn carrying at least 1 snail and pieces of tree fern stem. 1 snail? Only one?
Only one.
One. Officials said Lee, who deals in cacti and other plants on website TradeMe, put New Zealand's biosecurity at risk by bringing the non-native and potentially invasive plants into the country. Lee was sentenced to 100 hours of community service and 12 months of quote-unquote intense supervision.
Ooh.
You've been sentenced to 12 months of intense supervision.
Ooh.
You've been sentenced to intense supervision because of your movie reviews. Oh boy. How do you smuggle cacti in your clothes?
I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
There's a picture kind of like a drug bust of all the plants laid out on a table. That's a crazy world we live in.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, what do you have to say for yourself? Now
Go Chiefs.
Grilled cheese?
Go Chiefs.
Oh, go Chiefs. I thought you said grilled cheese.
Go Chiefs.
Is it grilled cheese one of your favorite foods? Or is that
I do enjoy grilled cheese, yes.
Macaroni and cheese or grilled cheese?
Both.
Which has the upper hand?
Probably mac and cheese right now.
Right now, it switches?
Okay. Yeah, it does.
All right.
I'm trying to find that site that I get these stories from, and I can't remember the site. and it's bothering me.
I think I know which one, but I can't think of the name either. But anyway, I think it's time to press the yellow button.
All right, press it, Mike.
We're going to leave you with David Lee Roth, California Squirrels. See you next week
Bye.
on the Gnarly Show.